Alright everyone, we are back for round 3, and I warned you it may happen, and unfortunately it did happen. I have no problem with the Dredge deck, but I definitely don't want to see an all-Dredge finals, which is exactly what we will see. Round 3, the final round of this inaugural Legacy event. As I'm joined by Brett Rose, my name is Zachary Evans. We are at Lost Legion Games and Comics in beautiful downtown South Charleston, West Virginia. I got distracted by the chat, I will admit. Someone is accusing me of building 12 decks. I think I have like 6 or 7.
That's it? Just 6?
Well, but they're not all like... It's not like I have like 9 copies of Rug Delver or something. But anyway, we're playing...
Where's Swisher at?
Sam Swisher, we invoked his name earlier. He is our most accomplished Legacy Magic player, having finished as high as 2nd. Star City Games Legacy Opens in the past. He is preparing to go to Grand Prix Philly this weekend, and as such is not able to make the event tonight. So hopefully in future weeks, whenever we have this, he'll be here, playing one of his Tier 1 decks. I think currently he's on the No Intel.
Last time I talked to him, he was still piloting a Rug Delver.
He likes himself some Rug Delver.
It is a very fun deck.
It's fun to play, not fun to play against. It is a very fair deck, I would say. I mean, it's a deck that has good matchups against the field.
Yeah.
So if you are a competitive player, it does reward good play. You dropping?
Yeah.
You taking off?
No, I'm going to play some Commander.
Alright, that's more important. Let's see a sneaky. You can tell them they're ready to go whenever.
Okay.
Thank you. As we're joined by Michael Taylor briefly, returning the red deck that he won round 1 with. You can go back in the archives and watch that, but fell to Joe Lewis's Dredge deck 2-0 in the 2nd round. Vince Smith got here by winning round 1 against an opponent that I don't know who it was. Can't remember.
Oh, what?
He won round 2 against Jordan Pecchio playing Maverick. And now we will see how this plays out. Someone's asking if this could take 5 minutes. It could take 5 minutes. It could be over immediately, or it could take a long time. They could just...
If they match each other's plays, it's going to take forever.
Usually game 1 is just a function of who has the better draw. I mean, the Cabal therapies are usually useless as a... well, not useless. You can get rid of their Dredge enablers. But it's mostly just a function of who has the better draw, with a little bit of play skill tossed in. Now, games 2 and 3 depends on the sideboard, and not so much if they have anti-graveyard hate in their sideboards, but what reanimation targets they have. If either one of them has a Blazing Archon in their sideboard, very important, because neither of them can remove it.
Why is that?
Because Dredge decks don't play removal, usually.
Oh.
The deck is so... all 60 cards are pretty much necessary for the deck to function.
Yeah.
You really don't have the luxury of being able to slot in Swords to Plowshares and Dismembers and whatnot. You don't want to water down your deck, basically. Plus, you're just trying to win outright. I mean, these decks that play, the Dredge decks that play the LEDs, they're just trying to win as fast as possible. They're all in on their Dredge, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to play reactive cards. They're just trying to get her done, as you would say, Brett.
As fast as possible. Now, Zach, I've always kind of wondered, why do you play Fairy Macabre instead of Surgical?
It's not that one is better than the other. It's just they have different applications. Fairy Macabre can't be countered.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main reason.
Okay.
I can't tell. There's an interesting comment in the chat. I'm not sure if I'm getting trolled or there's some kind of joke I'm missing, but I can take it. I'm a big boy.
Which comment is it?
Someone's saying that Dredge doesn't usually play blue
Oh,
because they don't want to water down their deck. Water is in quotation marks.
I think that's what you said.
I said they don't usually play Source of Plowshare.
Oh.
Removal. Removal is what I was talking about. Dredge doesn't want to play a card that reacts to what you're doing. It just wants to play cards that enable them to win as fast as possible. So I'm also wondering if the Dredge players know that the Dredge card is returned to your hand. They do. In the one game, Vince wasn't returning them to his graveyard. His hand was an awkward point on the table, I think.
Yeah. Well, we'll watch to make sure. But
These are the most seasoned Legacy players in this field currently. So they surely know. More importantly, Vince has won the die roll, or the rock, paper, scissors off. So he is on the play, which is probably the most important aspect of this game.
It has a fantastic start there.
Yeah, as we see an Archimedes, we see an Ichrid and a Stinkweed Imp hit the board. So we see dueling gemstone mines. See how Joe responds here. We see a Cabal Therapy in his hand. I do not know what the other cards are. So we see a Cabal Therapy. I'm not sure what he named, but he clearly did not name Careful Study or Cabal Therapy. So swing and a miss. So Vince likely going to dredge his Stinkweed Imp. The Dredge reveals another Ichrid, a Lion's Eye Diamond, a Cabal Therapy, and the last card, Golgari Grave Troll. The most important thing there. He does have a Putrid Imp, so he could have discarded his Stinkweed Imp if needed. I'm not sure why he did that instead of casting the Cabal Therapy. Or not the Cabal, but the Careful Study. I'm not sure if he was didn't want to potentially miss because he only has one Dredger.
Yeah. Wait till he gets a couple more.
Yeah, make sure he's not. I mean, Joe's not presenting any pressure. He didn't have a turn one discard of the spell. He's not discarding anything of relevance there. So Joe's hand doesn't look to be very good. So Vince should be in a pretty good spot. So now he can just go nuts here. He's going to leave his Ichrids. No, he's going to return one Ichrid. And he's going to dredge his Grave Troll for his draw.
And the troll does go to hand there.
Yep. We see another Troll, a Dread Return, and an Ichrid, as well as a Putrid Imp that he can remove for the other Ichrid. Discards his Troll. I can only imagine he's going to Careful Study now. Dredge 12 cards off these two Trolls here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see at least one bridge. Let's see, only one bridge. No, two bridges. Sorry. So he's going to attack for 5 here.
Those trolls. Oh, but he discarded them with the imp, assumably.
No, Careful Study. Careful Study, draw 2, discard 2. So he's just resolving Careful Study. Okay. So he'll attack for 5 here. Drops Joe to 15. Now I assume he will Cabal Therapy Joe.
From a question here, we have 8 players.
Yeah, this is just a win-a-box, basically. 2 Dredge decks, as we see a Narcomoeba, Cabal Therapy, and a land. Not sure what they're talking about. I guess he said Narcomoeba. It seems like a very random hit. Off.
Yeah, why would you even?
I guess it's something you know they're playing 4 of. You know, it's something that he might try to hard cast.
Yeah.
There's a comment in the stream about how the way Vince is dredging, he's technically dredging them in the wrong order. The way he's putting his hand, which Legacy is a graveyard order matters format.
Yeah.
There are some cards. They don't print any cards anymore like that, but as we see, the hardcast Golgari Thug
You can't just rearrange your graveyard in this format.
No, you do have to. You have to pay attention to it. Not sure that. Well, I am sure. I know that there's no card in Vince's deck that will take advantage of that, but it is is something to take into account. So he's returning all of his Ichorids here. He is playing 3 of them. I asked him in between rounds. So all 3 of them in play. Let me see. There's a Narcomoeba. Did he miss his Narcomoeba trigger? Very interesting. It shouldn't matter though, because he should be able to sack his Ichorids. Sack his Ichorids. Dredge return his Flamekin Zealot and attack for approximately 1 billion damage.
Close to it.
I'm just rounding here. He sacks his Putrid Imp. Makes 2 zombies.
Makes 6 zombies. Lots of zombies.
Oh, he's just shortcutting. Dredge returning the Flamekin Zealot. Joe just wanted to see him do it. So,
Do it in the right orders.
game 1 to Vince Smith. The die roll. He won the die roll, which is the biggest thing there. Joe's hand was very slow, though, so this is something that's taken care of. I'm trying to look at Vince's sideboard here. I'm trying to see. There's 4 Leonard's Sanctity. So he's bringing in the Bloodghast. No. Yeah, he's bringing the Bloodghast. He's bringing the Leyline of Sanctity. Chain of Vapors, he's leaving them in the sideboard. So, let's see what he's taking out.
Did Joe sideboard at all?
I don't know if Joe is to that point yet, or Joe might be doing the pro style, shuffle them all in.
15.
As I've talked about before, the pro style sideboard method should often be left to pros, because every time I try to do that, I inevitably leave a card in there that I should have taken out.
It's like, man, I really like this card.
I'm not good enough at this game for that small edge, that small psychological advantage to be of any benefit to me. It doesn't matter if I correctly trick them into not knowing how many cards I side in when I make copious play mistakes and wrong decisions.
So, Zach, how familiar are you with Vintage?
I'm familiar enough. I know the core principles. I know the major players. And when I say major players, I mean the decks that normally see play. But I've never played a game of Vintage in my life, and probably never will.
Have you ever heard of a Flash Hulk deck?
Yeah, Flash Hulk was actually an old Legacy deck.
Oh. Which
It was
apparently
banned immediately.
it could apparently boast a turn 0 kill.
Yeah, that's it's like one of those extreme corner cases, but it could very easily kill in turn 1 or 2.
What was its or what mechanics?
The combo is basically the interaction between Flash, which is an instant from Mirage that lets you put a creature into play without paying as an instant. It basically the card Flash gives a creature Flash,
Right.
but you have to cast a spell, but when you put the creature into play, if you don't pay its mana cost, you have to sacrifice it. So basically what that allowed you to do was play a Protean Hulk for 2 mana, and then immediately kill it. Are you familiar with Protean Hulk?
Mm-mm.
I'll bring it up. This is a brief aside here. Is there a particular reason why
They're
that came to-
shuffling and
Oh, you're just killing time?
I wanted to kill time.
I appreciate it. So Protean Hulk, when it dies, you can search your library for any number of creature cards with total converted mana cost 6 or less and put them into play. So you play Flash on turn 1 or turn 2.
Uh-huh.
You put Protean Hulk into play. You do not pay its mana cost. It goes in the bin. At that point, you basically won the game. Now there's a variety of ways that are different ways to kill, involving a giant carrion feeder, or a disciple of the Volt triggers, or uses a karmic guide to recycle things. But basically, having access to those creatures in your bin allows you to generate a combo from your graveyard that makes infinite dudes, or makes a dude infinitely large.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
It was very cool for one Grand Prix. I believe it was like Grand Prix Columbus. Steve Saban, who I believe works at Wizards of the Coast now, he won that. Beat Owen Turtenwald's Goblins in the finals, and then they summarily banned that card immediately afterwards.
Which card did they ban?
Flash.
Flash.
Protean Hulk is not busted. It's being able to both cheat him into play and bin him for free. That's busted. They actually still play Protean Hulk in
Show and tell?
No, because it doesn't work. Because it's not. You don't want to just cheat him into play. You got to get rid of him. Now they play it in. What's the deck I'm looking for? Can't remember. What?
Sure.
You're leaving?
I'm not leaving.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Did you have fun?
Yeah, until I realized that I'm the worst legacy ever.
You're not familiar with the cards, as we talk with Jordan Pecchio. To be fair,
Well,
it's not fun. It's not. No, it's fine. We already told these people that a lot of these people were playing decks that they had never played before. So.
And many of them were still like, noob. Sorry.
It's
PG.
alright.
Anyways, thanks for the deck. I'll be out here.
All right, I'll talk to you after this finals wraps up here. What was the food chain? It's not one of them. No, the chat is trying to help me with the Pattern of Rebirth. Pattern of Rebirth deck, which basically lets you, when the creature dies, you can go get. It plays a bunch of sacrifice outlets and things like that, and you create a combo. All the combos are very convoluted. They involve like 3 or 4 cards, and they can be interrupted with graveyard hate.
Yeah.
But basically, there's a lot of decks that when this Protean Hulk comes into play, and they can kill it immediately.
With a Doom Blade?
No, they usually have something like a land, like Phyrexian Tower as a land, lets them sacrifice it.
Yeah.
You can just combo off from there.
Okay.
It's not what I would call one of the better legacy combo decks because it is catches splash hate from graveyard and it's like a 1,000,000 card combo.
Yeah. But still.
It is a deck. I'm now getting email confirmation that Brett Rose has retweeted one of my tweets.
Was it the right tweet?
No.
Dang.
You were trying to win the Restoration Angel that we gave away
I'm sorry.
at CharCon.
It's not rock paper scissors anymore.
No, we give that away at every F&M.
Oh, okay.
But that was a one-off thing for the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier that we covered last Saturday. 5-round event won by our own Max Turner, who sat in here in commentary for the first round.
What did he end up getting from that?
Top 8 got a playmat and a pin. $250 to the winner, and invitation to the last Star City Games Invitational of this year, as well as any of next year's. There are 4 a year.
Okay.
They chopped the finals with Kenny Hughes. They played it out in Max 1.
Okay.
With his junk mid-range deck. A little bit tokens, a little bit not. Very fun to watch.
Okay.
It's a deck that can both cast like a turn 4 Armada Worm and win like that, or it can make 4 Lingering Souls tokens and attack with Vincer's Emblem. Not Vincer, Soren's Emblem.
That's significantly better.
It's very interesting for those of you watching, or if you watch on YouTube after the fact. Go to the top 4 in Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. October 20th was the date on the video. Max won game 3 of that by outracing Joan Zombie's deck. No interaction, just outracing him with Lingering Souls tokens.
That's impressive.
Very fun to watch. In game 1, he mulled 4 and lost summarily. So,
Which is
and
understandable.
well, I probably shouldn't give away the ending. It's not. I didn't tell you how he won. You should go back and check
He
that
might
out.
lose.
He'll definitely not lose, as I just told you that he won. But
So looks like we're resolving some more ways.
yeah, Joe went down to at least 6. Oh my! Vince has sighted in Leyline of the Void and has found one. It'll be interesting to see if Joe brought in Chain of Vapors. I'm sure he did. Very interesting out of the Dredge deck. I know a lot of Dredge decks do play that. The vintage Dredge decks definitely play that. Very interesting to see. That is a very debilitating card to see as the Dredge player on turn
Well,
0.
It hurts both of them, doesn't it?
No, you're thinking of Rest in Peace?
Mm.
Rest in Peace is symmetric. Leyline of the Void is only your opponent's.
Ah.
So it is literally the best thing that could happen right now.
It seems like with Legacy, if you have a couple of Ley Lines of the Void and a couple of Ley Lines of White, whatever it was called, you're pretty much set for your sideboard.
Sanctity.
Sanctity,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, the Sneak and Show deck that I played at Grand Prix Indy earlier in the year played 8 Leyline sideboard. The good thing about playing a Show and Tell deck or a Hypergenesis deck is that you can theoretically just cheat them into play if you can't cast them, but they're clearly just the best card in that. That's the best graveyard hate is Leyline of the Void, but costs 4. You can always have it opening hands.
Because you don't always play black.
Mm-hmm. So pretty good Dredge here. Putting the Narcomoeba triggers on the stack.
Didn't he hit that second meter there?
Yeah, I think you might have just missed it.
Oh, that's several triggers he's missed from those meters.
Very important. Unless I missed something. Looks like you just straight up missed it. Happens to the best of us.
I have never missed a Narcomoeba trigger.
Have you ever played Dredge?
One time. And you piloted it from the other side of the table.
But did you have fun doing it? That's all that matters.
I had fun trying to figure out why I was winning the game.
The reason for winning is mostly irrelevant, isn't it? So, he's sacking a Narcomoeba. Cabal Therapy. I assume targeting Joe. Naming. Doesn't matter because Joe. All mine. Joe shows a hand of 2 Cephalid Coliseums and Undiscovered Paradise. Does not look good. So, this game will be order in short effect here. Joe can play a Cephalid Coliseum. He cannot, draws a Golgari Thug off the top. He cannot activate the Coliseum because he doesn't have Threshold yet. Got to have 7 cards in the graveyard before you can draw and discard with the Coliseum. So we see 1 Icarid from Vince, removing Fugitive. Don't think he has another one. He does have a Bloodghast, though, which he brings in from the sideboard.
Seems pretty good here.
Yeah, well, you're playing Undiscovered Paradise, so you have 2 or 3 chances of always activating it. These games are kind of grindy, these mirrors, if one person doesn't combo off. So it's good to have that extra reach. I've told many people before, Wednesday night is also Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament night. So our broom closet, our makeshift broom closet studio is located directly next to where the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are all playing right now. They are being very loud. And one of them is very upset that he can now not special summon something. I have no idea what that means. But it does seem very upsetting to that young man, so we wish him the best of luck.
Some bridges are disappearing.
Yeah, but I don't think Vince really cares at this point.
Yeah, he's trying to get there. I mean, Bloodghast comes back.
Oh, actually, the bridges aren't. The bridges actually aren't removed because the troll doesn't go to the graveyard because of the ley line.
Oh, that's a good point.
That means you can't bring out your ground. King's either line.
So we see a Narcomoeba here.
Is that a Cabal Therapy on top?
Uh,
Third down. Not that it matters, but
And Joe almost pump fake there. He almost scooped it up.
he found some hope from somewhere.
Just gonna dig.
Goes down to that. What is that?
What did he draw or what did he cast?
What do you bet play?
That's a careful study.
Oh, right.
It's the old Faithless Looting.
Got it.
It was Faithless Looting before Faithless Looting was cool.
Scoops it up here.
Yep.
Dredge beat Dredge.
That's your game. That's your tournament, folks. Congratulations to Vince Smith, the big winner of this first ever Legacy tournament from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia.
Now, how many thousands of dollars did Vince win here?
He won a smooth $250,000. Very, very lucrative events down here at Lost Legion Games and Comics, so you know y'all want to get in on that. But I would encourage anyone who is local, if you play Legacy, if you are available on Wednesdays, go to our Facebook page, contact me on Twitter. Just stick your head out the door and yell real loud. I'll probably hear you. Yeah, that's a little West Virginia joke there. Here's a funny story. One time I went to Washington, D.C. to visit a friend of mine while we were in college. He graduated the year before, worked for Lockheed Martin over there. We went out to dinner with some friends of his from his graduate program. Sat down next to one of the girls in his class. She said, "So, you're from West Virginia too?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "So, do you know such and such?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, he's from West Virginia too. I thought you might know him." She was 100% serious. She thought in this mountain state of, at the time, probably 1.8 million people that we just all knew each other.
In all fairness, we should. I mean, 1.8.
It is the western part of Virginia, right?
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Vince Smith. I would bring him in here and talk to him about his deck, but to be quite honest, I don't care about Dredge.
He dredges a lot.
He dredges a lot. I'm going to switch very briefly back here to the studio cam. For those of you who watched tonight, we appreciate it. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I know you've already turned it off at this point, because as soon as the round ends, the retention just goes right down to the bottom. But for those of you who are still watching, I want to go over real briefly how you can get in touch with us. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Search for Zach Sells Magic on any of these. You can get in touch with us. Watch all the videos we've posted in the past. Contact me directly. Go to Facebook. I cannot stress enough. Go to Facebook, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Like our page. Add me as a friend. Add Brett Rose as a friend. Don't add Brett Rose as a friend. He's not.
I'm not a good person.
He's not really friendly, but you can. It's a fun way to interact. We post a lot of pictures from the events. We have highlight videos. We have some interesting discussion there, so definitely check that out. We don't ask for anything. No monetary donations. We just ask for your likes and follows. So follow us on Twitch. More importantly, I did not make up a graphic for it this week. I was talking to Brett earlier. This Friday night, Halloween-themed F&M from Lost Legion Games and Comics. If you've never watched our F&M stream before, this would be the one to start. As I told everyone, if you're local, get down here and play. I mentioned it before, I'm not joking. Go to the Facebook page and you can see the proof. If enough people come in costume, I will commentate the top 8 dressed as a giant Twinkie. You want to see that picture? I know you do. Go to Facebook. Look for our page. It is on there. So we hope you'll come back on Friday to check us out. We hope you enjoyed the Legacy from tonight. I thought it was a lot of fun.
That looked cool.
I would really like to be out there.
Yeah.
I think next time it might not be broadcast because I might just be out there playing. But if you enjoyed this, or if you watch the F&M stream, you have any other feedback or comments or whatever, we'd love to hear. But other than that, Brett, anything you'd like to add?
Hopefully next time we get to play.
Hopefully next time Brett Rose gets out there. Brett, what do you pilot?
I pilot Red Deck Wins because it's the best.
It is the best. Who's that Sneakerson? It's Garrett Meadows. The third deck returns. How'd you finish?
2-1.
2-1. The Belcher deck went 2-1. Burn deck went 1-1. Maverick deck went 0-2. Affinity deck stayed in my bag. Nobody needed to borrow it. So that is all from us tonight. So thanks for watching. Come back on Friday when we have our more full-fledged. The real show is on Fridays.
Yeah.
5-round standard tournament with the top 8. The best F&M stream in the world that comes from a broom closet. So from Brett Rose, Max Turner, all of our Legacy competitors, and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.